Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Marcia. Today, we'll be making a curry sauce and then using that sauce to make a one pot meal.
He said, also that nation you serve, I shall judge. We walk in the wilderness, it hurts so much, so much.
So now, we'll just be preparing the spices for this curry sauce. What do we have? Some cumin. He's going to use some fenugreek. It's really good for you, good for your nails, good for your hair, good for your skin. I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in there. Some cinnamon, stick a cinnamon in there. Some pimento seeds, some people just call it allspice. I'm going to put a few in there. Just got me like 2 small bay leaves. Curry leaf. So why not? I'm making curry. So just going to add a pinch of that as well in my mixture and just let it toast up. And then come back and start adding other things to it to make my curry sauce. So I have some mustard seeds and some turmeric. That's what is going to give it the nice color. So add all that in there. Let everything just get a nice toast on them. I'm going to have a few bits of cloves. And I wish to invent this smell, that can come through your TV or through your phone, because the smell is just phenomenal. Really, really nice. So let's just let those toast, just don't let them burn or anything like that, just so they can toast up nicely. Okay. Now we can get the smokiness. So that means everything is nicely toasted and we're good to go. Awesome. So all I'm going to do now is just to empty this now into my my grinder, my spice grinder, and just blend everything out to a nice powdery consistency, and then I can start adding all my other ingredients. Basically use the same pan that I toasted up all my spices. Use the same pan. Just to continue to infuse some of those spices in here. I'm leaving these onions chunky because eventually I am going to, smooth them out, blend them out a little bit. Got me my scotch bonnet. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to put the whole thing in. Just let it continue to infuse some flavor in my mixture. That's it. Add me half a teaspoon of pink salt. And just let that stay there. And just low medium heat to get all nice and okay. For my spice blend, I'm going to add, I'm adding 2, no, I'm going to add 3, 3 teaspoons of all of this whole spice that I blended out earlier. Let that combines now with everything. The smell. Ooh. And I know I need some more turmeric for it to get me that color. I'm going to add some of that in. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add my coconut milk that I made earlier. Yes. Mm. That beautiful color. Awesome. And I'm just going to let it simmer slowly. Just infuse all that flavor. Okay. Alright. Just gonna cover that and leave that on low to simmer down. Okay, my sauce is almost done, but I'm just gonna put it into my processor. Taste. Very good. Just gonna add that whole pepper. Infuse in the meantime. Not too hot. Curry sauce is done. Okay, so the curry sauce is done. And all I'm going to do now is to add in, you can use a curry sauce for whatever, right? So for me, what I'm doing today, I'm preparing my Sabbath meal. So what I fancy today is some beans. So I'm going to use garbanzo beans and broad beans. I'm going to put into my curry sauce to cook down with additional seasoning and a little bit of callaloo on top. And then that should be my meal. But I'm a very lucky girl because my aunt sent up some breadfruit, roasted breadfruit, my favorite, from Jamaica. So what I'm also going to do is to use some of the curry sauce and pour it over that already roasted breadfruit and cook that down as another meal. So I'm making 2 meals out of my curry sauce. So I'm starting off with 1 can already cooked garbanzo beans, chickpeas. It's already cooked. It's organic. All that they've added to it is just sea salt and water. And then I'm also adding some broad beans as well. We call them butter beans. Okay, and again, these are already cooked, so it's not going to take that long. So all I'm going to do now is just to add in my extra seasoning. So in here, I have me some additional onions, because I like onions. These are red onions, so I'm adding in some tomatoes. And I also have some spring onions that I chopped up. And these little bad boys, little, orange looking things, those are the hot pepper. So I'm putting all that in here with my beans mixture. Ooh. Okay, look how pretty that is. Yes? Nice. Okay. So these are the breadfruit that I was talking about, that I sent up from Jamaica, already roasted and ready to go. So all I'm going to do, get my frying thing out of the way, is to put it into another little saucepan on the bottom like so. Just like that. And then once the sauce is developed, I will pour it on top and put it in the oven to bake. I am then going to add my herbs. So that's my that's basil. Yeah, more basil, because I love me some basil from the backyard, already washed. And I have some thyme here. So I'm going to put them all in. And I can take out strings afterwards. And I have some curly parsley. More curly parsley. Don't want the strings in this one. More curly parsley. A little bit of rosemary, but I'm only putting a small amount because it tends to overpower everything. Big broadleaf sweet basil. Cover this bad boy and let her simmer for a few minutes before adding my callaloo. I'm going to pour some of my sauce now over my breadfruit like so. Okay. And put it in the oven. Some chopped up pumpkins that I'm also adding to this mixture. So it's basically a one-pot meal. This is really just a one-pot meal. So I'm just gonna add my pumpkin to it. All right, it's already roasted. The pumpkin already roasted in the oven, so it's already cooked. Which means all I now need to do is just to add my callaloo on top. All right, so this is my greens. So I have a mixture of, I have greens in my one pot. I have grains in my one pot. So I'm kind of balanced, you know? So I'm just going to leave it there for a few minutes just for the callaloo to steam slightly. And then I'm going to turn her off. That is your one pot dinner. And of course, you can make this curry sauce and store some for other dishes. Okay. All right. If you had mushrooms, you could add some mushrooms to it. And I'm going to eat it just like that. But if you want to, you could pour it over rice, you know, and that would be your complete meal. So that's it. My one-pot meal is done. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I just made a curry sauce. And from there, you can take it in any direction you want to. You can pour that curry sauce over anything you like. I just chose to do garbanzo beans, broad beans. Then I added some roasted pumpkin that I put in my oven. And I found one okra on my tree and I put that in as well. And I also got a handful of callaloo from a friend of mine. So I throw that bad boy in, plenty of seasoning and herbs. One pot meal. You can make something similar. Like I said, you can add your mushrooms if you like, or anything else, any other vegetables you like, zucchini, you know, carrots, cabbage, whatever it is that you like, you could have added to your curry sauce, and you can serve this over rice if you choose to. Over rice, over quinoa, over any kind of grains. And I do hope you give this curry a try. It really is delicious. Very spicy, flavorful, and all those herbs as well. Just give it a nice balanced flavor. So go ahead, give this one a try. You can make it in a large batch like I did and put them in the freezer, individual containers in the freezer. And then you can have something throughout the week or maybe sometime next week if you choose not to eat the same thing over and over again. So have fun with it. Peace and blessing. All praises and thanks to the Most High. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay away from man's food and eat the food that the Creator demanded of you to eat. Talk to you later. Bye.